What's up, CEOs? It's live training for auto dealers right now. We are talking about flipping cars to 100K, illegal to legit, okay? And this is step one. Because, lately I have had so many people contact me who are already flipping cars and need a plan, okay? So this is it. I am Shamel Leonard. I started the Auto Dealer Business School to help dealers to start and grow a business that can retire them or at least grow them some wealth so that they can use that to retire them, right? By systematically providing cars that you feel good about to happy customers so your business can grow and you can have sustainability and build upon what you have created. Okay. So that's what the Auto Dealer Business School does. This video is sponsored by Drama Free Licensing. It's everything you need to be legit. It's all of the licenses, dealer license, business license, finance license, with a guide on how to keep your business legit. Start out right, have everything you need, feel free to make money, right? Because when you start and you don't know if you started right or if you started legitly or if you have everything you need, you don't feel free to make money. You feel like, well, let me just kind of fly under the radar, and flying under the radar will keep you not so paid. Okay. What's up? All right. So feel free to make money because it is affecting your money. Okay. So go ahead and get your license, get legit, make your money. All right. So like I said, this is step one of illegal to legit flipping cars. All right. So step one is what is. Hey, talking. Okay. Step one is what is. Okay. This is for my people who are already flipping cars. What you're doing now is you're flipping cars from private sellers, maybe, or public auctions. You have open titles or you're paying taxes to sell it in your name. Okay. What's up, Eugene? Okay. So you're flipping cars, private sellers, public auctions, right? Or maybe you're flipping cars from dealer auctions. You're a dealer rep. Then the title is held by the dealer. Okay. So that is what is. So step one is like, what is? This is what I'm doing, right? And this is why I'm doing it. You're probably doing it because you believe that is low or predictable overhead, right? So you don't have to worry about like upkeeping much. All right. You don't have to be consistent. It's kind of non-committal. It's kind of on your own time. It's kind of whenever you have time or, you can make it work how you need it to work. Okay. Also, why you're probably doing it is because it's low to no responsibility. Okay. Flipping cars like that is like, I can just get in, get out, make my money, and be good. Okay. So low to no responsibility. Or maybe you're thinking that it is a safe way to learn as you go. Okay. Because it is so under the radar. All right. So step one is to understand where you are, what really is, and why you're doing it. Okay. So I understand you. I used to flip cars before I became a licensed dealer. And these were all the reasons why I did it. One, I was curious. I wanted to see what it was like. So I was curious. Okay. I bought from private sellers. I was never a dealer rep. I bought from private sellers and and public auctions. No, not at that time, just private sellers. And then, and left open titles, right? But there was always this like flying under the radar kind of energy with it. It was like, okay, let me not do too much, sell too many cars, make too much money, right? So there was that over my head because I didn't know what would happen. And let me tell you what does happen when you sell cars like that. Eventually, if the Department of Revenue catches on that you're selling cars, then they're going to send you a cease and desist letter. Okay. And then you will have to cease and desist. And now that's the end of your business that way. Okay. So that's what I did. I was curious. I wanted to see how it would go. And then once I bought a couple of cars with my husband at the time, actually, I bought a couple of cars. He actually bought the cars. I came along because I was so interested. And then I started to buy the cars myself and do the same thing. So after we bought a couple of cars and, sold them, and I saw how good that went, then I was like, okay, maybe we should get licensed. But anyway, so I know why you're doing it. Okay. I understand what the motivation is. So, let's talk about what you can't do though that way, right? And what's hindering your business. I know you have run into people who you've sold cars to who are like, but is your name on the front, right? You have that rub with the title. And it's like, no, basically you tell them it's an open title, but not so blatantly, right? So that's one thing, is there's always this question around the title work and people don't trust it. Or maybe you have had some people not buy because you are flipping cars and they're like, I don't trust it. Right. So you weren't able to close the sale because you weren't legit. Okay. So that's one thing that happens. The other thing I mentioned, which is, I think I lost my mic, but the other thing I mentioned was, that you hold on, let me get this mic real quick. I'm gonna change the view so I can get the mic. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me make it not so obvious. Oh, let me change the view. Okay. All right. So, and I mentioned the other thing. Oh, this mic is just not cooperating with me. I mentioned the other thing was, that then you're hesitant to like grow the business and make it go big and make a lot of money. Okay. So, and then, so it's the title work. It's the other thing when you're flipping cars. Okay. So as a dealer rep, when you're flipping cars, I can only I'll go from what people have told me. And what they have told me is that the title work can be held up by the dealer. Okay. So I don't know firsthand, but I hear that that's a thing with the title work. All right. So what can't you do flipping cars that way? Well, you can't offer financing or take financing. So a lot of people come to buy cars and they have a check from their credit union, right? So you can't take that. Because if you take that, it has to be made out to the actual dealer. And you know how it is when you give people thousands and thousands of dollars, you might not see them, right? So you can't offer financing or take financing. You can't grow or scale. Some people say scale. You can't grow or increase your business safely because it's dependent on someone else. If you're a dealer rep, I actually have this one guy who's going through the dealer license application with Drama Free Licensing right now. His dealer rep passed away, right? So, it's not always that something shady happened, but things happen. His dealer passed away and now he, was left with trying to figure out what to do with his business. Okay. So he had to get his own license. So you can't grow or increase your business safely because you don't know what is going to happen with that license. You don't have control over that license. All right. And then, you can't predict the future or plan, right? And what I mean by predict the future or plan, I mean, like buy a house. You can't plan to stay in business. You can't retire with that money. You can't plan on it, right? Because it can be gone tomorrow. All right. So that's what you can't do. So, we know where you are. We know why you're doing it. We know what you can't do. So what if you were able to have the best of both worlds? Okay. If you were able to control your overhead or be able to at least predict your overhead so that you can easily pay it, what if you were able to safely learn the business so that you feel confident about what you're doing? What if you were able to feel good about the responsibility? Okay, because responsibility is necessary if you want to be able to control the outcome. All right, but I understand responsibility doesn't always feel good. But what if it could feel good? And what I mean by that is, what if you could know what to do when things are what to do to make things go right, and then what to do when things go wrong, or what to predict, what things to predict could go wrong, right? So that you can have an easier time at being responsible. What if you can own your own time so it can run without you? That's systems in your business, or on your own time, you can set up a business system or a revenue system that is on your own time. That's by appointment only. Okay. What if you could offer financing? What if you can grow? What if you could predict the future? Right? That's the best of both worlds. Okay. So what if you could get your dealer license and all that be true? Because the reality is, even though you think your dealer rep situation may be low overhead, If you did the dealer rep math, you might be shocked to see how close it is to actually having your own license. Okay. So where was I going with that? I was going with that because drama-free licensing, Auto Dealer Business School exists to help people to start up smart. Okay. We specialize in low cost startup. We understand that you want to start small, but you want to start small with the intention to grow. Okay. So if you are interested in getting your own license, these have been the things that have been holding you back, why you're doing what you're doing. And then, what you don't want in your experience, what you don't want to experience, then I got you. Okay. I understand exactly what you need. And that's what we provide so that you have that. With the whole overhead thing, you do have to have a business budget. I'm telling you, like business, I thought I could hack business. Okay. I thought, as long as I just focused on one thing or the money, just bringing the money in, everything else would work out. But it's just not like that. Like business does need certain things. And even with flipping cars, it still needs it. We just don't do it because we're not really responsible, right, for anything. But business need things like a budget, an operational budget. Okay. So we have the operational budget. We have drama-free licensing comes with the $1 Million Dealer Club, so you can safely learn. You can ask other dealers. And I've heard people say, well, I've been out here asking dealers and they ain't been telling me the truth, or they're like real tight-lipped about telling me anything. Yes, that is true, because a lot of dealers don't know what they're doing either. So they're skeptical to tell you or give you advice. So it's not always malicious why they're being tight-lipped and not telling you what's going on. They really just trying to save face because they don't know what they're doing either. Okay. But $1 Million Dealer Club, we have dealers in there that are willing to help other dealers, that do help other dealers. We help each other. Okay. $1 Million Dealer Club comes with drama-free licensing. All right. And then, yes, a plan to know what can go wrong. All right. We'll talk about that in the next steps. And then we'll also talk about what you need in your business. If you're a cash car dealer, you need to offer financing. Okay. Especially in this economy, you have to be able to offer financing or take financing, because as you see, if you're selling cars and if you're trying to sell affordable cars to people who typically are on a budget, the people who are on a budget are on an even stricter budget. So now they really need financing. All right. So you need financing. And yes, you need to be able to buy a house with your car money. Okay. Buy a house, buy real estate, buy assets. Okay. Buying assets most times requires you to document your income. Okay. Not necessarily your business income, but your personal income. But to be able to document your personal income, you have to document your business income, because your business is paying your personal. You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. So you have to have a plan so that you can use that money to grow your wealth. Just because you're in this business, wealth is not going to automatically happen. You have to make it happen. You have to plan it to happen. All right, CEOs. So I hope this is step one. I hope this was a good foundation. Okay. What you're doing, why you're doing it, what you can't do. What if you can have the best of both worlds? Get your license. If you are interested, if you're ready to get your license now, comment drama-free licensing, and I will send you a link for a free strategy session, and we can get your plan, your licensing plan started so that you can be licensed right away. Especially if you're in Georgia, we have just a couple of days left before the location requirement is increased and it'll cost more to get started. So my Georgia dealers, now is the time. Drama-free licensing, I'll talk to you soon. I'm always praying for your success, but you have got to do the work. Even the Bible says, prayer without works is dead. Okay. You have got to do the work. The work is deciding what direction you're going in. Are you flipping cars forever, or are you about to blow up, right? Are you about to make this a legitimate business so that you can document your income and you can use that income to grow your wealth? Okay. That's what you want to do. All right, CEOs, be blessed, and I'll see you soon.